See, as far as being a major defense partner is concerned, this is not new. India has been a major defense partner for quite some time. Now, insofar as the national defense strategy is concerned, as far as India is concerned, it becomes absolutely clear that we are not only a strategic partner, but if I may qualify and say, we are an indispensable strategic partner. And the reason I say that is I read portions of it which clearly say that the US will help India on the line of actual control, supporting India against the Chinese aggression. And then there is a paragraph which I found very interesting where they say that we will support India in two major domains. One domain is cyber and the other domain is space. These are two domains, only two domains, which are new and which have a very critical role to play, not only in peacetime, not only in grey zone operations, but in war also. What this means is that cyber you can use in peacetime, you could do cyber attacks, and in war you could bring the whole civilian life to a standstill. Now, what the Americans are telling us is, in addition to a role that India will play in there, this is an important term which is called integrated deterrence. This is a term which has been coined by Austin Lloyd, the US Defense Secretary, which basically is a complicated term, but what it means is that there should be a role of the allies and there should be a role for the strategic partner India in their military. That means in active combat. Now, as far as the support is concerned, what they seem to be offering, this is my thinking, or I believe that what they are offering is in cyber that we will give you modern encryption methods. They have given a very important role, an indispensable role to India as, forget about the major defense partner, that has to do with the production of things in India. They have given a major role in combat under their combat strategy, which is called the integrated deterrence. This is point one. Point two, they have not committed to show their hand in case of an aggression or a war with China. But certainly, they seem to be suggesting that on the defensive side, both in cyber as well as space, they will help India. For the first time in their defense strategy, they have used the term line of actual control. They have compared the LAC they have mentioned in the same line as South China Sea, as East China Sea, of course, leaving Taiwan aside, because Taiwan is a different ball game altogether. So they seem to have clubbed Chinese aggression in three areas: East China Sea, South China Sea, and the line of actual control. So when this defense advisor talks about keeping the eyes on the ball, what he means is that in these areas, in case, first of all, keeping an eye means that we will provide real-time surveillance, real-time information to the Indian side. This is what he is trying to say. And will they do it? That's another matter. But this is what they seem to be suggesting right now. Real-time surveillance, because this is a shortcoming which India has. India, unlike China, does not have the capability for 24/7 surveillance, which is called the situation awareness. The April 2020 action by the PLA, which seems to have supposedly occupied our territory, and they are still sitting on our territory. So this China factor is one of them. But I think there is another factor why India now to the Americans, and it has a lot to do with the pandemic. It has a lot to do with the disruption in the supply chains. You see, because at the end of the day, the country which has even today the maximum technology and where maximum innovations are happening is America. So there is a sense that we need to be close to them. So these are the two reasons, but of course China is the major reason. in Pakistan, in India, and most of the world, the thinking is that the unipolar world is over and now the world has become multipolar. Please understand that multipolarity will not last very long, and eventually it will become a bipolar world, and this is precisely where everything is moving. It is moving between China and America. These are the two powers which are competing, and things will be very clear perhaps by the middle of this decade, and hence this decade I would call a decisive decade.